Hi, my name is Emily Esfahani Smith, and I am a writer and a journalist in Washington, D.C. Several years ago, I went back to school to study positive psychology, which is what I got my master's degree in, and ended up writing a book about some of the stuff that I was learning in that program called The Power of Meaning: Finding Fulfillment in a World Obsessed with Happiness. And what I found writing that book, some of the things that I learned and discovered, is what I'm here to talk with you about today. So we're going to talk about meaning, the search for meaning, why it's important to have meaning, and how, as college students, you can kind of begin this search or deepen this search based on some of the things that I'm going to talk to you about. So the first thing to know about meaning is that it's not the same thing as happiness. And I think this is a really important distinction to make from the outset, because we hear all the time in our culture that a good life is a happy life and that we should pursue happiness, and that if we pursue happiness, we'll be more successful and better liked, make more money. There's so many articles out there, so many pieces of information that are kind of encouraging this pursuit of happiness. But what I learned when I was studying positive psychology several years ago is that actually this pursuit of happiness can backfire. And it turns out that when people kind of chase this simple idea of happiness, and when they value it the way that our culture can encourage us to do, they actually end up feeling unhappy. And this really resonated with me. It got me thinking, because we know, and perhaps you know, that there's this growing mental health crisis that's just kind of sweeping across the world, really, across the nation certainly, and is hitting all different age groups, all different generations, including, and perhaps most severely, emerging and young adults, so your population. And it would make sense that if somebody is feeling lonely, depressed, suicidal, all of these indicators are rising, that you would tell them or try to help them become happier. But actually what the research shows is that this rising tide of despair that so many people are struggling with, this feeling of emptiness, of feeling lost and adrift, of feeling alone, it's not predicted by a lack of happiness in people's lives. It's predicted by a lack of meaning. So meaning is really what we need to kind of help us deepen our own lives and to feel filled up so that we're not struggling with these different mental health problems.